Hello, my name is Arnie Psyche. I am part of a People's Ecological Economic Working Group that is independently advocating an accounting system that will modify our current national accounting systems for a more just and equitable economy benefiting people and planet. Our working group on data, statistics, and valuation has produced an accounting scheme that we call imminent accounts. We have submitted an intervention to the UN Statistics Division on their draft system towards implementing an environmental economic accounting system, which this video will link to. Ecological accounting is the foundation that we, as an interdependent global society, require to determine economic value and to safeguard that which cannot be given price. The SEEA, or this United Nations System of Environmental Economic Accounting, as well as our own preferred approach to ecological accounting, what we call imminent accounts, both spring from the recognition of this fact. We are critical of the SEEA because the values are unreliable indicators of the overall impact of production on our lives and our planet, being based on the exchange prices of labor, land, and other factors or resources, which in turn are skewed by exchange rates, historical conventions, and the relative scarcity of the item in the market in which things are purchased and consumed. Hence, this is GDP, or gross domestic product. The logic of the SEEA is, as often repeated in the draft document, based on the provision of reliable data and information to facilitate sound decision making. And indeed, the document does provide clear definition on economics, on these ecosystems and their extent and the condition and our interaction of which is economic. And we applaud the effort to develop a platform that would allow adoption of environmental economic accounts by national statistical offices and countries around the world. However, what we as a working group are critical of is the extent of which the privatization-based corporate interests has co-opted the ecological security of people's development needs. So here's some historical background. Considering how the SEEA has progressed since the World Commission on Environment and Development in 1983 mandated that governments and the United Nations begin to look at this issue of environmental accounting. And then, when it proceeded to the formation of the Integrated Environmental Economic Accounting Workbook in 1992, where it was indeed affirmed that the economy was a part of nature and that integrated environmental and economic accounting should not consist of an economic accounts of the environment, but rather the economy should be treated as part of an environmental accounting system. And then recognizing that the revision of the system of national accounts in 2008 rejected environmental degradation and resource depletion because it was too experimental. Yet they moved military systems from an inventoried account to being a fixed asset, which then embraced the value of national security over our global ecological security. And then recalling that the 2012 central framework, where environmental accounting structures were then being harmonized for private investment regimes. And so now, after the recent round of meetings, we're concerned that the current ecosystem account, where our ecological asset valuations are set to be standardized to investment markets. As a working group, we feel the need to intervene with a people's equation for an ecological economic account. Hence, we've produced this alternative of intemperate accounting, where we present our alternative, which is this intemperate accounting equation. So we submit that biodiversity underlies both current and future factors of production. Climate change and environmental degradation constitute a massive factor in reducing wealth creation and pose imminent danger to effective democratic and economic systems. We submit that environmental assets and ecological services are defining features of our choices with regards to civilization and human settlement. Individual administrative areas, especially cities, are already historically defined by environmental conditions, most notably the availability of water and arable land. It is fundamental for the maintenance of human civilization that we reference conditions and have it be established and restored in a manner that combines the advantages of technology, democracy, and traditional stewardship. We submit that ecological accounting will only be effective if it increases a community's sense of engagement and efficacy in recording, safeguarding, and increasing ecological value. And so we respectfully reject the recent SEEA initiative and ask you to support a people's revision of ecological economic accounts. And we submit our equation to be considered for the improvement and democratization of the current national accounting system. Thank you very much. And for more information, please visit intemperate.earth.